Welcome to Rethink Gaming's Wednesday Night RPGs. We are playing Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden, played through Discord and Fantasy Grounds. Thanks as always to Sirenscape for the amazing atmosphere and music. Make sure you check them out at www.sirenscape.com. You've just got to be using it at your gaming table. If you want to support this content, please consider joining us on Patreon or checking out Rethink Gaming on DM's Guild. Okay, crew, so when last we left off, we were in Caer Dineval. We had just finished running the devil worshippers out, more or less. And I think there was some thoughts of exploring the rooms. You guys are up on
did we
level
finish?
2.
Did we finish murking? Like, I think, had we just saved the speaker? Have we done anything else besides that? Or was that where we left off at the very end?
That is where we left off.
How do you move around on this map? I just figured it out.
Yeah, you can click and drag your person, or if you select your character, you can use the arrows. And this is handy if you get stuck underneath somebody else. You can click your character and use the arrows to move around.
Yeah, we saved the speaker of the Caer Dineval Castle.
Oh, we were considering some regime change, weren't we?
Not all of us.
Kranich is not a great guy. That was definitely determined last time we played.
We were considering regime changes.
What would you like to do?
So where are we? We're upstairs in this room where we found the guy.
Yes.
Did we loot his body?
He's alive, but he's in his pajamas.
Did
Perhaps
we
kill this
lose
guy
his
and we'll loot the body.
pajamas?
Let me know what you'd like to do.
So to carry on this conversation about regime changes, is there somebody else we should put in charge? Should we have an open election when we get back to town and any of the townspeople?
I think we were considering it, and then we ended up deciding not to go with the regime change because we wanted to convince him to be a better leader in the first place. Our paladin wasn't necessarily on board with some communist takeover.
Exactly. That's the exact right word for it.
Okay.
So we're not having a regime change. We're just going to let this awful humanoid continue ruling their land.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not our business. So, yes, Bob, I think we have not explored the rest of this upstairs area, correct?
Yeah, the room directly across from here, I think you did go into, and it's a ruined library. We've not gone to the west side of the hall.
All right. I strongly considered examining the west side of the hall.
Fantastic. Beyond the door there is a hallway. Would you like to open a door?
Not me, I'm going to stand back here.
Okay. All right. There is a large black cat in a room. Also in the room is a gilded mirror covering most of the east wall. Ornately carved table and chair. And a fire, keeping everything toasty warm.
Can I reach out my hand to the cat and try to get him to come to me?
Yes.
You want me to roll an animal handling check for that?
Yeah, that's a good check to use. Okay. The cat comes up and nuzzles your hand.
I will pet the cat.
Cat enjoys being petted. Purrs softly.
This cat is now mine.
Think a cat can be anybody's. I think you belong to the cat.
I think the cat probably belongs to somebody who lives here.
Well, if the cat wants to stay here, I'll let the cat stay here.
Are there
But,
doors here? Is that what's on the bottom?
no, those are windows.
Yeah,
Okay.
windows overlooking the courtyard. They can be opened. They're big, heavy wooden shutters keeping them shut now, but they're easy to open and use for defense.
Do we notice anything else about the room?
The only other noteworthy thing, the cat is making a bed on one of the tables out of a big brown wrapping paper.
I'll go and investigate the wrapping paper. What is there any kind of writing or anything on it?
Yes, it's got a from address. It was apparently shipped here to Kadroth.
Ooh, open it. Open it.
So it's an empty wrapper and the twine that was once around it. It came from Waterdeep and appears to have held a book.
Mm-hmm. So I can probably assume it's that book that he was reading previously.
Yes.
And you said did it have an address on it?
It was to Caradinaville.
Oh, it's addressed to Kadroth, but it doesn't have like the return address or the sender's original address.
It does, yes. 1 second.
From Waterdeep.
Yep.
Guys, we should go to Waterdeep and find the person who sent this.
That is not a short trip.
I'll pocket the paper and say maybe we'll take a trip to Waterdeep another time, but
After we save the sun.
yeah, after saving the sun, buddy. And
It was sent by someone named Rishal.
Oh my god.
Why do we know that name?
Bookworm's treasure.
Why do I know that name, Rishal?
I know that name.
Wretch can't remember.
I'm from Waterdeep anyway, so I know this guy.
So Nini is really good at remembering history.
Okay.
I
He's
did
got a
check-
shop.
Oops, I didn't mean to click that twice.
He's got a shop across from a tavern orphanage situation.
Yes, thank you. That's why I know that name. Or that's why Brian knows that name, not Wretch.
Indeed.
He's a good man, that Rishal.
Okay.
Let's go across the hall now. I'm going to pet the cat again before we leave.
The cat enjoys the petting. Kind of wishes he wouldn't stop. It's a little annoyed.
if you want A-Rod, we can just take him with us.
He gets annoyed that I stop petting him, or oh, well, I'll scoop him up and I'll keep petting him.
Oh, he
As
does
we
not
go
like to
across
be
the hall.
carried.
Ow.
He's stiffening up.
Well, I'll put him back down and I'll stand there and keep petting him for a while.
You should fight the cat.
Wretch flies 2 feet higher and hisses at the cat.
The cat swipes at Wretch, thinking what he might taste like.
Let him.
Is our first encounter tonight going to be a cat?
The answer
Maybe?
is chicken.
Wretch runs from the cat.
Can we open this one?
Yeah, of course.
I'm still hanging out with the cat.
Check out that mirror in there while you're at it.
It's a floor-to-ceiling mirror, but does not seem to be magical.
Punch it.
Well, before she does that, I fix up my situation, like keep my situation tight. You know?
Okay. Are we opening the other door? Are we punching the mirror? What are we doing?
I'm still petting the cat.
Mm-hmm.
I'll open the door because I'm tired of the cat.
Wretch is still hissing at the cat. You better check your boy, Arad. Check your boy.
Are all fairies afraid of cats?
I don't know. Wretch doesn't like him.
Why not?
Look at him. He's evil.
He's a majestic creature.
Evil. It's pure evil.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just an animal. Cats generally from the feline family. I mean, it really just depends on the cat.
So it seems that if you carry the cat in the paper, it will tolerate being picked up.
Oh, I'll do that. I'll carry the cat in the paper. I will be back in just a second.
Wait, they're
Okay.
carrying the cat in the paper.
Yes. And coming across the hall.
All right. So are we opening the door?
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, open the door.
Has anybody thought through the fact that a package shipped from a magic shop has a black cat in it and it only wants to go with its wrapping paper?
I mean, that checks out to me. It's normal cat behavior.
I think it's just a coincidence. Open the door.
Kill the cat.
Ah!
Actually, you know what? How many of those amulets that we found? How many of those are floating around unaccounted for?
Quite a few. I think
You
you
can
guys
have
have a
one.
few, and there are probably others to be had.
I lift one from somewhere with like a dagger,
Okay.
and I drape it over the cat's neck.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So a chilly draft wafts through this bedroom despite a roaring fire in the hearth. Bundled under a thick quilt and seated in a squat rocking chair in front of the fire is a venerable dwarf with a wooden peg where her right leg should be. Next to her on a small table is a plate of food. I've been dreading this moment, she says.
Why?
Well, yeah, why?
We just opened a door.
I have foreseen today.
And what did you see, ma'am?
I will talk to you. I will tell you 4 things.
Alright, hold on. Let me get a pen. I sit down on the floor in front of her, like right next to the chair and the food and
Every time.
And when we are done speaking, I finally die.
That's dark.
Oh
okay,
gosh.
I scoot back just a little bit.
Ma'am, that is
We don't have to ask all 4 questions. I don't want you to die, me.
Yeah, how about
yes, ma'am.
3?
Ma'am, that is entirely unnecessary. It's no need to die on our account.
Oh, this is...
A-Rod, your bloodlust's under control.
She looks to the plate of knucklefish or knucklehead trout on the table beside her and says, I'm tired of this world.
I mean, fair enough.
Would you like some better food?
It's time for me to cross over. Time for me to help the master escape his prison.
The master.
Oh, are you with Sylvavis's cult still?
She gestures down to the amulet hanging from her neck.
Ah, so it's a Levistus situation then. Well, tell us the first of the 4 things.
I must tell you of a Dwergar warlord.
Does he have one arm?
He's set to conquer all of Icewind Dale unless you defeat him. His name is Zardarak Sunblight.
Is that with two Z's or one?
That is with an X. I'll put it in the chat for you.
It is Sunblight.
Yes, ma'am.
Erod, I think this guy might have been
Yeah.
the one who killed the sun.
Waiting for your phrase.
Have you seen this Duergar?
She shakes her head no. She holds up her hand, gesturing number 2. Zardarak has a fortress on the surface, hidden in the spine of the world. It contains, among other things, a forge powered by the still beating heart of a red dragon.
Still beating hard, so
Have you seen the latitude or perhaps longitude of this fortress in your visions?
She grins. It is not in my vision to repeat myself. She specifically mentioned the spine of the world, which is a range of mountains which cuts the Dale off from the rest of the...
Sure.
So that's the south.
Hmm.
Shall I continue?
You said a forge powered by the heart of the still beating heart of a red dragon?
She nods.
Sounds like a Bard Jovi song.
She
Yes, please continue.
stretches her leg in such a way that it pops and cracks and makes a sickening noise. Zardarak has a plan for systematic destruction of these 10 towns. You will discover it when you search the fortress.
In the spine of the world.
She nods.
Now, if you stop here and don't reveal the 4th piece of information, you may survive.
That would be most cruel.
Well, before you die and tell us that one last thing, can you tell us a little bit about where the sun went?
She shakes her head no.
Okay, tell us the last one.
She smiles, and you can see her missing teeth.
Is it about Zardarak?
She nods her head.
Excellent.
You will die if you face Zardarak too soon. You must prove yourself against the horrors haunting the farthest reaches of the Dale. Only then can you survive the perils of Zardarak's fortress. She falls over dead.
Wow, she really meant it.
Wretch loots the corpse.
So Nini jumps up
sorry, I
and
had
is like,
to,
all right,
sorry."
y'all. She jumps up. She's ready to avoid the Durgar at all costs.
No, I'm
We
looking
go
for the
north.
Duergar. I think we can take the Zardarak. There's literally like 100 of us here in the room.
The old woman had a vision.
You guys want to go face Zardarak right now?
Well, we've already faced him. We gotta find him. And She just said the spine of the world. I don't know if you remember your geography class. The spine of the world goes across approximately 200 miles of mountain ranges that span over the entirety of this northern section of Faerun. It's really, anybody can stop me at any time. You just go ahead.
Thanks,
Oslo,
Professor.
you should do the weather report.
I haven't checked that one yet.
Well, thanks for the information, Professor.
All right.
All right.
I take her leg.
Okay. It easily disconnects. Yeah, so you see the spine of the world to the south there on the map.
Can he get inspiration for that?
Yeah, he's got it already, though.
You never know. You never know when you're going to find yourself in a spot where
He was just spitting, and that's about 200 miles.
These are Cardinival, not. Yeah. Okay, so.
No.
The-
I want to kneel down over her real quick before we go and say a little prayer to,
Grumsh?
help guide her to whatever afterlife she might believe in, or
You know that afterlife still exists, right?
yeah, she's gone to her dark master.
I'm not telling you how to do your job, but
Okay. So, brief point of order. That the rest of this castle has castle-y things in it, and we can, of course, resolve the situation however we want. But you have now leveled to 2.
Woohoo!
Oh my god.
we got new stuff.
So, if you want to, we can do that now. Or we can do it after the game. I don't care.
Bob, would you expect us to be engaging in combat the rest of the night, or do you think it's going to be mostly roleplay?
Depends on where we go next. There's not a ton of combat in these early adventures, but there is some.
Well, Nini has her spell book from the last time we played, so she's good with whatever the group decides.
I guess my main concern, or Oslo's main concern, is like probably trying to get more information about Zardarok. Maybe questioning anybody else that we can find about this. Maybe the speaker, maybe other people in the town. I don't know if we have other things. Oh, we also need to go find Kevin.
We do.
Yeah.
We need to go to Kelvin's Cairn and find Kevin and rescue him.
Well, let's just level up real quick then. It shouldn't take us long. Does everyone know how to do it in fantasy rounds?
Nope, I can find out quickly.
No, but I will stumble through it.
If you open your character and click on the magnifying glass for class and level, it's just kind of under the corner there by proficiency bonus. There's a level up button.
Aha. Do. How can I see optional class features? Aha.
You need to make sure you have the module loaded.
I should.
No harm in loading them all, except for perhaps performance.
If I want to make sure I have the module loaded, how can I go back and do that?
So modules is the second button under the library expander thingy. It will immediately show you which ones you have loaded. You click the modules button, but you can also go under activation and turn them on and off.
Yeah, I have them all loaded.
Okay. And it should be in there. If missing something specific, let me know. But
Let's see my optional class feature for an animal companion.
should be under the Tasha's. So if we go classes, character, Druid from Tasha's. Probably not any Fantasy Grounds automation for it, but yeah, it's in there. Here. Click that and it will load it if the module's not loaded.
I have trouble clicking on these things.
It's so easy when you're a barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. I am a circled land druid now, and I have a cat.
Feel a little sad we don't even have any Russian bots on the stream tonight. Disc.
Who's the Talibu? Who says no Russian bots?
I do not know what I'm doing on Fantasy Grounds. I'm clicking. I'm clicking around and I'm having trouble.
Okay, so did you find the level up button?
I did. And then it had an exclamation for feats. I clicked it, there was nothing. And now it shows a check mark.
Yep. You probably aren't eligible for any additional feats.
Right. And I also chose School of Conjuration.
Okay.
I don't have any more check marks. Does that mean it's done?
Did you pick up 2 extra spells? You're a wizard, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I get another one. Don't I?
Every time you level up, you get 2 spells to add to your spellbook.
Yeah, so you can just open the spells browser on the side. And drag them to your activities tab.
And for your...
Got it. That's how you do it. Thank you.
Maybe for your planning, Nini, I'm picking up Absorb Elements and Detect Magic. So if Detect Magic was one that you were thinking, if you want to double up on it, that's cool. But
what was the first one you said?
Absorb Elements.
Oh, okay.
Let you do more damage with attack.
Is Anaya also just a quick thing too? Is Anaya here, and also does she go up to level 2 so I can just get hers out of the way as well?
Yes, yes, on both counts. Yes. I need to put her in the combat tracker. Oh, she's in the combat tracker. I just need to turn that. Hooray! There you
You choose something like a fighting style, Bob.
go. So the fighting style is going to be in the book that it comes out of, either the player's handbook or Tasha's.
Okay. What does that mean? You
Which
have to
one do you
drag it
want?
from the book? Well, I don't even.
Yeah, I don't think there's any automation for them. You have to just adjust your.
Okay.
If you get the armor class one, we have to change your armor class and that kind of thing.
Right. Got it.
Sorry, give me just one more minute.
No worries.
Hey, Bob,
Yes, sir.
could you check one thing on my character?
Yes, sir.
Looking at the combat or the AC calculator, base is 10, armor is 0, shield is 2, all correct. It says dex full and con. I know I get con because I'm a barbarian. But with dex, it says full. Is that correct? Because I'm not wearing any armor? Because I always thought it was max 2.
If you're not wearing any armor, it should be full.
Okay. All right, I just wanted to make sure.
I can't think of any reason why it wouldn't be.
I do. I don't have it.
Armor defense. 10 plus dex plus con.
And a shield.
And a shield.
Because I can use the shield as long as it's a one-handed weapon while I'm raging.
Right. Yeah, it says you can use a shield and still get this benefit.
It's a little shield, actually. I put it in my inventory. It's a very large, ornate belt buckle that he uses.
Cool.
I guess that's where buckler comes from, huh?
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, Bob, if I messed up and didn't add another cantrip, how do I do that?
Just find it in the spells tab or the browser and drag it into your actions tab.
All right.
And quick question on my end for Anaya. Being an artificer, does she have anything to track her infusions? Because I'm seeing that there's an infusions ability for infused item, but I don't see anywhere that's like infusions known and then which ones are active.
I don't know, actually. I should ask Jonathan. I've never looked at how the artificer is done in Fantasy Grounds.
Hey, Arid, your mic is right in your breathing path.
Right where he likes it.
It is right where I like it.
Is that all I need to do?
Get a fighting style.
What?
Get a fighting style.
Know what that means. How do you add a fighting style?
Mostly you just grab it and drag it over to your abilities tab. You'll have to adjust your character accordingly.
Easily drag it onto your character sheet.
Doesn't have really any automation to speak of.
Hey, Bob, where do I find the fighting styles for Amy to drag it onto her character sheet?
So the base ones are in the player's handbook. There are a few more in Tasha's.
And how do I pull those up?
Under the fighter class?
Well, she's a ranger, but
Okay. They're probably
I
listed there as well.
I clicked on the fighting style thing and it didn't have drags for them to her character sheet.
Okay, let me see.
So if you click on classes and you um, go to Ranger, when you dragged that over, did you see anything appear under abilities? Did anything else show up? Like if you look at when I added mine in the chat, you'll see how it automatically added reckless attack and danger sense.
Yeah, there's nothing here for the fighting styles in the player's handbook. There's no automation for them.
Yeah, I mean on the sheet it said she got one when I was doing her level, but it didn't give any option. Like it gave her an option to pick her spells.
Yeah,
Like,
here's the others. So we'll just need to make a note of which one she wants and then adjust the character accordingly. So, for example, if she takes Druidic Warrior, we just give her 2 cantrips.
All right.
It shows up for me on the actions tab, but it just seems to have selected the dueling one.
And did it automatically upgrade HP?
I don't know if I did it right.
Did mine.
It's still on level 3, so something messed up.
Let's see, you're level 3.
Yeah, how do you downgrade a level?
We can directly. Fixed here. Constitution's +1, so your hit points. I don't know how it does hit points actually. So you started with 11. You should have what? I don't know, 18. Yeah.
You can modify it this way.
Yeah, I think I've got E fixed now to level 2 again.
All right, she's going to take archery as her fighting style,
Okay.
but I still haven't been able to figure out how to put that on there.
Yeah, it's fine. Just make a note of it on the character sheet and add +2 for the one bow.
All right.
John, or I guess Annie.
Good now? Okay. Oh, we're having some technical difficulties.
So is this cat I just picked up my companion now?
Real quick, so John, or Annie, does what weapon does Imar use? Is she a ranged ranger with a longer bow?
You just answer that. Why do you have to mute it and then explain it to me?
Yes, she uses a bow.
Cindy would like to apply the repeating shot property as a magical infusion to that bow to give it a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Have it magically produce a piece of magical ammunition.
Ooh. I would imagine it's like now a rainbow colored, like unicorn of a bow. What do I do now? Where do I put it? Ah,
One damage.
nice. Thank you.
You're stonky.
Is it a longbow or short bow?
Can you make that work where it only works when the like a certain phrase is spoken, and she has to quack like a duck?
No, no, we will not be
As
doing
a fire
that.
attunement, I don't think it has like a
Command phrase.
command phrase. I don't know though. Maybe she
No, the answer is no. Lombo is the answer to your question. I am short IRL, so I want a long bow.
and she's using her other infusion to manifest bag of holding.
Okay.
Oh.
She has nothing to put in it just yet, but that's the
watch
plan.
Here, I can give you something to put in it.
And
Can
now
I give her my little
the
dragon
guidance
statue?
spell.
Put into it?
You can if she wants to.
Yeah. Would you like a dragon statue?
What?
Can she drag that onto Imar, or can Imar drag that from her inventory onto an Aya and it'll automatically put it in there? Or?
She should be able to, but I can do it if she can't.
I should specify it may or may not be evil. As a disclaimer. Would you still like it in your bag?
Yes, please.
In my backpack? What do I just do? Add it here? Possibly evil dragon? Possibly evil dragon figurine. Okay. So...
What about your amulet? Do you want to put your amulet in the bag?
No, I do not. I love my
So I
amulet.
don't think you can just drag items. You can drag it from
I
one open dialogue to the other, but I don't think you can drag it onto another character. At least when I'm doing it, it's not working.
I tried to do it. Hold on, let me try again.
I wonder what the correct way to do that is.
Did it work?
I don't see it.
Oh, you can drag to the party sheet. Is what you do.
We have a party sheet.
Yep. It's where the
Where's
party's at. So it's by the combat tracker in the top right.
It looks like 3 little heads with an eye symbol next to it.
Oh.
How do I put it on there?
So whenever we get loot
Inventory
as a
tab.
group, whenever we get loot as a group, you'll see what's all there, and then we'll talk through. Oh, this is what we got, and who gets what, and that's where Bob assigns it.
Can I just type it in there?
I think you drag it. You grab a hold of the little thing
I
and
tried, but nothing happened.
Yeah, if I do the same thing for the line item, it doesn't add it to it.
okay. Well, weird.
You broke it.
One possibly evil dragon figurine for sale.
Okay, I'll move it.
Thank you.
No problem. Done.
If you touch it, it might talk to you.
I am the proud owner of a cat named Midnight.
That's highly original. Is it black?
It is.
Mm.
I was going to get a bird as my animal companion, but a
it's
cat's
black.
pretty good.
I feel like there were a lot of missed opportunities there.
It says there's an option.
I thought I wanted a rabbit squirrel. What was that thing called again? A squabbit.
I think so. You get your animal next level.
I might want a snake.
Wascally Wabbit?
So, Bob, for these effects on the actions tab, there's a section there for actions effects.
Uh-huh.
There's like a little star next to them.
Yes.
Like, do you have to do anything to?
No, if you have an effect applied, it will just work.
So, like, I have one for fighting style. I have one for divine smite, which obviously is, the second one's not on all the time. So, how do
Right. Yeah, the Divine Smite wouldn't be a Fantasy Grounds effect. You would just decide to do it and throw some damage dice.
Okay. All right.
Okay, how are we doing? Is everybody done?
I'm good to go, Bob.
Okay. First level out of the way.
It'll get easier from here.
Good job, everybody. We made it.
Everybody is at full power.
Was that Final Fantasy VII I just heard?
What? No? Yes? Maybe?
All of the above.
I am that old. Shit.
Okay. So, yeah. What are we doing? Are we wrapping things up here at the cairn?
Well, we've got all those people downstairs, that all the refugees and survivors.
Yeah,
Yes.
we probably should do something with them.
So while you focus your energies and regather your strength, the speaker summons the militia and runs the rest of the devil worshippers out of town. Thanks you profusely, offers you, you can stay in the tower anytime you like, etc., etc.
Well, that's very kind of you.
of course, you can stay as long as you like.
No, we got to get on the road and go get that dead guy out in the snow.
We also have to save the sun.
Yeah, sure. The kid, there was 2 kids that we. What's their disposition? They got a place to go?
Yeah, they're more than happy to leave, head to Bryn Shander and try to find a way south out of this cold place. Neither one of them are super stoked about being up here.
All right, then I'll offer to both of them if they they can come travel with us if we head back in that direction.
Or if they want, they can become our camp followers.
And that's really more if you want. They'll do it.
Well, it's their call. They can come on a trip through the snow with us, or they can stay here and we can come up on the way back.
I feel like what we are doing may be a tad dangerous for kiddos.
I think on the larger map, we're close to where we're trying to go, right?
Kind of. We're in Cair Denival and we're trying to get to Kevin's Cairn.
And I'm sorry, I didn't catch at the very end. Did you say that there's like specific, like are we just quickly going through and saying that the like castle's cleared out, or are there more things to do?
That's it. There's nothing else to do.
Can we chat with some of the townsfolk here and see maybe what they like? Maybe ask the speaker about Zardoc, and then also just kind of talk with maybe like visit. Is there like an ale house here, or anything like that? Just to get some more information. Maybe they might know some paths to Kelvin's Cairn or something like that.
Sure. So
don't worry, Garrett. We'll get there.
There is a closed inn called Dinev's Rest. There's a tavern called the Uphill Climb. Aside from the care, that's it. That's the only features of the city.
Well, that Uphill Climb sounds like our next best bet. Did you guys want to speak with the speaker first before we headed out about this Zardoc character? No, Puffley, you were pretty on the ball there about those Duergar folk peoples.
We should probably talk to him. I mean, he is the speaker of Cair Denival, and the Zardoc character might know something or might have caused the sun to disappear. He is named Sunblight.
He is a Duergar after all, so Puffley, he might know that one-armed Duergar. Never know.
I would like to know more about this guy.
Well, let's go see if the speaker has anything to say.
So the speaker knows nothing. You had a conversation with him previously, and he's only been able to sign some documents on occasion. He hasn't been allowed out of the room or really privy to any of their conversations.
What about that albino elf lady at the bottom? Do we want to check
the tiefling? Yeah.
Tiefling, yes, not elf. Sorry.
Do you want to? Tell me where you're going.
Yeah, let's go down and talk to the old lady.
All right.
Yeah.
So you make your way down to the cistern, and you find yourself once again in Avarice's quarters.
Hey there, Avarice.
You're back.
Yeah, don't want to bother you. We know you got very important things. We're in the middle of trying to help find some more information about this stuff and those things. But we heard about an individual named Zardock, who's a Duergar, who's doing some bad stuff. We figured since you, like our friend
Also
Huxley
do
here,
bad stuff.
by the Duergar, maybe you might know some things and can point us in his direction so we can go murder him, as we are wont to do.
She sort of rolls her eyes, finishes writing the sentence that she was jotting down in her journal, closes it. That is a waste of your time, she says.
So you don't know where he is.
It's irrelevant. Duergar can't live on the surface for long, and I'm sure whatever is going on with this sunlight situation will be rectified once we reach the city.
Oh, you like magic stuff, right?
I like
Like that's your
magic
whole thing, hunting like artifacts and the Arcane Brotherhood and all that shebang.
simplistic, but of course.
That's neither here nor there.
My friend is magical now.
I got some I got some information that he has in his possession, a forge, which it's no big deal, right? But it is powered by the heart of a still beating. Just take a guess, Avarice.
Ifriti.
No, not in the 3D. A red dragon. Think of how magical that is. Huh? What do you say? You think you can find out where this Zardock guy is, and we can go kill him for you and get that red dragon heart?
No, I'm sorry. Bears no interest to me at all. Nor should it to you.
Why shouldn't stopping this guy from conquering the world bear interest to us?
I've already solved the problem.
What's the
How
problem?
so?
We can revert this change. I don't expect you to understand. It's complicated magic. It will be difficult, but we can do it. And you don't even need to put your lives to risk. Just give me time to prepare the expedition, and then we shall go to the city of Yetherin and fix all of this.
Yetherin. Excellent. Somebody write that down.
I've never heard of Yetherin.
Of course you haven't. It's been buried in the ice for thousands of years. Why are you bothering me right now? I'm very busy.
Why don't you tell us where it is so we can go there after we rescue Kevin from Kelvin's cairn?
It's buried under the ice.
Just real quick, would a 20 history reveal anything about Yetherin?
You assume she's talking about a Netherese city, the Netherese being highly advanced wizards who flew around in flying cities and nearly brought the world to an end.
She already told us about the Netherese, though, right? Like, she already told us about the whole, that's what they're hunting, and Netherese artifacts and stuff like that?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, well, we'll be back.
Yeah, I guess there's no arguing with that.
We've got good deeds to go do. We'll be back later.
The first of those is going to the uphill climb.
Okay.
Headed to the tavern.
Is there a place in town where I can commission a gravestone for the guy out in the snow?
No. There's no industry to speak of. There's only about 100 people still live here.
All right.
How did this town get so bad?
Mismanagement and devil worship.
I mean, don't you remember talking to that speaker guy? He pretty much, was better managed. This town was better managed by a bunch of cultists than a guy whose job is to be their gunman. I want to keep tabs on this town. And
Okay.
Yeah, are we sure we should?
Literally was like, hey, let's throw cake and parties for me while everybody else just suffers under my my steel-toed boot. Sorry.
Net politics for you. What do you want?
Are we sure we should let this guy continue ruling this town?
Well,
If you overthrow the government, I will run my sword through you.
Huxley didn't really want us to, and just on top of that too, why not give the guy a second chance, huh? I talked to him; he seemed like he was willing to turn over new leaves. So, But Buckley, if this town is still just horrible after all this, can we, like, not overthrow the town, but maybe find another person?
Yeah, maybe hold a fair democratic election.
Ooh, I love elections.
Maybe turn it into the Tin Towns from their monarchy into a republic of sorts.
It doesn't really sound like a monarchy. It's more like just kind of like I don't know. This guy's like an autocrat. He rules with iron fist, does whatever he wants for his own thing.
Okay, well, yeah, he's an autocrat, and they might be better managed in other situations.
Neither here nor there, though. We'll see. We'll give this guy a chance, and we'll see what all is at this uphill climb place. Has this conversation brought us to the tavern?
Yes.
What manner of tavern is this? A lively, jovial, brightly lit place, a hovel amongst this cold, or is it just as sad as it is out in the cold?
You come inside a warm, well-lit tavern that smells very strongly of chowder. There's a hot, bubbling cauldron above the fire.
Oh, we gotta have some of that.
Inside is a single human who stands to his feet as tall as he can as soon as you enter the building.
My, you're a tall one.
Come in, come in. Welcome to the uphill climb. He pulls out some chairs. Please sit down.
Wow, this is the best welcome we've had, like, pretty much the entire race. Has anybody been this nice?
No, this is a pretty good record.
What's your name, good sir?
I'm Rourke.
A pleasure to meet you. My name is Oslo. These are my companions, Anaya and Arod and Aymar and Nini and Puffly and that one flying around there. That's Wretch. We came here to just kind of see the sights a little, take a load off before we went back off in the wilderness. We're going to Kelvin's Cairn to go save a guy. Went and got himself probably killed. Good fun.
Wonderful. So you're heroes.
Wonderful.
Oh no.
Well, we kind of are. Aymar. I mean, we just killed all those cultists in Cair Dinevel. So I mean, that was kind of a big deal.
You did?
Yeah. I hope none of them were your friends.
Not a one.
Old are you?
That's wonderful. Here, sit down.
Can we give
great.
him free chowder because we did
Yes,
it?
he's dishing up bowls without even waiting to see if you want some. Everybody gets
Excellent.
a bowl.
Might I get a tall mug of your best milk, please?
Oh, this smells delicious.
Yes, milk. I have milk. Absolutely. Coming right up.
Do you have it?
Else to drink.
Wait. Bob,
Yes.
what's in the bowl?
It's a white, soupy substance with chunks of trout.
It's actually trout.
As far as you know.
Are you worried that it's rats again? Hey, this guy probably doesn't have rats in him.
Do you have any hot herbal tea?
Do not have any tea. I'm sorry.
Ooh, okay.
This just won't do.
So, Rourke, tell us about this. This read. I guess you're pretty happy that the cult's dead? Were they causing you guys some harm? Any kind of like, I don't know, anybody else that we should probably let know that the cult's dead so that they don't, they can go about living their lives?
It's been a painful several months. I hope the speaker's okay.
Oh yeah, we saved him. Are you really hoping that he's okay though? I heard he was kind of a, not great.
Well, he'll let me bring in ale and spirits, so definitely an improvement over the black swords for sure.
He was fine when we left him. I took this leg off his wife.
Oh my. I didn't know she'd lost her leg.
It's tragic, really.
Well,
she told us some secrets and she died.
Wait, was that his wife? I thought it was just a dwarf.
it was not his wife.
As far as I know, she was.
Yeah, wife. It's all the same thing.
It's a woman living upstairs at his castle.
So, Rourke, anything you can tell us about, like, the way to... Okay, so we got two things. One, cultist... Okay, three things. One, cultist dead. A lot of fun. Guys were pretty easy to kill. Two, we're trying to go up to Kelvin's Cairn. I think we got... Do we still have the sleds? Do we have 2 sleds? 1 sled?
We didn't have any sleds.
We didn't have any sleds. That's right. It was too hard to get them. Huh. The guy
But we do now, or at least we have some dogs.
That's right.
Back at the castle, we can just make off with those dogs, probably.
Yeah, there are sleds there as well.
Oh, great. Maybe we'll commandeer them. Well, maybe we should
borrow.
Yeah, borrow.
Maybe rent.
And so, what about the this Kelvin's Cairn? Is it like from here to there? Like, how long are we talking?
I wouldn't go from here. The cold
Why
would
not?
get you. Head to Cair Koenig first and cut over.
But we already got rid of the cold. Is there another cold?
No,
The
Cair
cold.
Koenig. Cair Koenig.
Oh, the cold, the weather. It's cold. Yeah,
Oh my God! Is there a cult in Cair Koenig too?
No, nor even a castle. It'd be but a brief stop, I'm sure.
How do you know there's not a cult there?
Well, fair question. I just assumed we were the only ones who had a cult.
Did you know that you had a cult?
I wouldn't speak so freely of it if you hadn't told me they were dead, but yeah, it was quite clear they were bringing in all sorts of undesirables from all around the countryside.
And did you know you had a henway?
A what?
What's a henway?
About 4 pounds.
I saw that coming. Walked right into it. So Cair Koenig, and then from Cair Koenig, is that like the next stop right before we get to Kelvin's Cairn?
It is.
Okay. One last thing too. We heard about this guy. Oh, well, I guess we'll start at the beginning. What do you know about Durgar in this area? Like, are there a lot of them? Are there a little of them?
Come now. Those stories are for children.
Okay, but let's say, like, I was worried about my children, and I wanted to tell them not to get caught by Durgar. Where would I tell them not to go?
Now, sir, surely you're making fun of me.
Listen, I just killed a whole cult full of, like, Levistus worshipping devil worshippers. They literally turned to ice when they died. Like, you can't.
He's
not
not lying.
Yes, you should have seen the wholesale slaughter of the Levistus worshippers by our wizard. A sight to behold.
Well, I hope they find some rest.
But they these stories don't say anything about, like, don't go into these mountains or the dwarves will get you. Don't go into this.
No, people have been talking. They've been saying they've been finding footprints in the snow, invisible people. Some swear it's Durgar, but it's nonsense. Nonsense.
I mean,
It's not been seen in these parts ever. And the
let's ask,
Battlehammer dwarves wouldn't let him up here no how.
let's ask another question. If you were a Druigar and you were going to build a stronghold with a forge that was powered by the still beating heart of a red dragon, where would you put it? This is all just hypothetical, mind you. Plug.
He probably put it in the spine of the world.
I don't understand the question. If I had the heart of a dragon, I guess I'd hang it over my fireplace. I don't know.
Honestly, Aaron, would you do anything different? But I did want to ask. You said the Battlehammer dwarves. Where are they?
In the valley.
Give me. Is that north, south, east, west of here?
It's due west of here.
Okay, so it's kind of back where we came from then.
Right by Kelvin's Cairn on this map I have where it says Dwarven Valley. Is that the valley you're talking about?
It is. I wouldn't recommend you go visit unless you've got friends. They're not very sociable of late.
Are they devil worshippers by any chance?
No. Good, solid folk, but their leader moved their home hall away, and so they don't trust outsiders.
Away from where?
All away from the Dwarven Valley.
So where he put their new home hall?
I believe something about reclaiming ancestral ground.
Uh-huh.
Let me ask you this, Rourke.
When did that happen?
I don't know. All I know for sure is I don't mess with those fellas. They're not very hospitable.
So, Rourke, let me ask you this, because I'm not from around these parts. I come from Waterdeep. It's a fine town, a lot of orphanages, taverns, things. This weather seems pretty rough. How long would you say a man could survive out in it without food or shelter?
You're asking about him, aren't you?
I'm just asking about in general, but sure. Let's talk about him.
Now, him I've seen, and he ain't no legend. I can't
Who's
tell if you're teasing me or not. The cold dead hand who's running for the merchant caravan. He doesn't so much as need a coat.
Doesn't need a coat. Interesting.
I think he's been killing folk. Not here. But the rumor is he sets the record straight for those who've been cheating the lottery.
How do we cheat the lottery and find this guy?
Well, we don't do that sort of thing here. Even the followers of Levistus didn't change it, thank be the gods. But there are towns that leave folk out to die to try and bring back the sun.
Sounds like he was just meting out some justice.
Perhaps. But I don't know. I've seen him. He comes through in that Torque's caravan. Put a chill right down your spine.
What does he look like?
Oh, he's a fair-skinned fellow, long black hair. You'll see the one not wearing a coat.
He would stand out in the cold, I would think.
How fair is the skin?
Oh, it's light. He hadn't seen much sun, I don't suppose.
Well, no, nobody has, have they?
But to answer the question, there are some folk rich and powerful enough to bribe their way off the list. And I suppose, good sir, your opinion's not unique. There have been those that think it's fair that he stabs him in the heart instead.
In the heart, you say?
Perhaps that's why he ain't been caught yet.
Are people trying to catch him?
Each speaker runs their town and keeps their own law. As I said, we don't do that sacrificial business here, so I can't say what others have been doing. Nope. All I have to do is make a big old pot of chowder and set it out. We sacrifice food.
Ah, are you giving us that chowder?
No, I make it fresh. Ain't hard to get knucklehead, even though the lake's been froze for years now. Boy, business would sure be better if it wasn't.
Do you need any help around the tavern?
Well, I think you have helped me already. If it's true that the liquor's going to start flowing in, I might see some business again. People got kind of tired of chowder.
How could one get tired of chowder?
Well, I've been without spirits for 6 months now.
Got a couple of children who could use some temporary work accommodations.
Oh, sure. You thinking I could hire them on? Oh, yeah. I could definitely use the hands, especially if it's going to pick up around here. It's been a bit since I've had to do any dishes of note.
Well, we'll speak to them on our way.
That is the best news that we have had, for real.
Agreed.
Orc, you are a saint and a gentleman, and we thank you for all of your all of your delicious chowder and warm milk, cold milk. I can't remember. It's warm now because the dragonborn's. Sorry, no. But yeah, we'll send these guys your way, and we will, I guess, make our way up to Carconi.
I'll keep my eye on them. Promise you.
Can't
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Where to?
I guess Care Koenig.
Well, yeah, let's go back to the castle and get the dogs, some sleds, and send the youngsters down to chill at the tavern.
Is there anybody like so? When the Colts came in here and like took over the castle, is the castle basically like at half capacity now, like just completely ruined at this point, or is there like what's the deal? Do they need help?
So the town is big enough to serve probably 400 pretty easily. So yeah, it's pretty vacant, but I mean, there was and is a militia that he called up.
Okay, we'll keep it in the back of our mind. Or I'll keep it in the back of my mind. I don't know about you guys.
All right, so if we've got dogs.
Yeah, it seems like that would help us.
Deneville to Koenig. It's just gonna take an hour. That dog.
It's like all writing in style. Well, because I'm a small creature, would I be able to actually just straight up ride on the back of one instead of having to be on a sled?
Yes, they're not trained for that, so you'll have to do animal handling or have someone negotiate that for you. But
Never mind.
I have very good animal handling.
Yeah, I won't hazard this in the snow though. I'll wait until I can find a proper, opportunity to train a dog to be my little buddy.
okay. So are we heading up to Caer Koenig?
I think so.
Yes.
And we send those kids down to the tavern to get.
Yeah. They happily obliged. They owe you their lives after.
Caer Koenig is bigger than Caer Dinaville.
Caer Koenig is a little bit bigger than Caer Dinaville, yep. Population of 150 in this town.
Oh my God. Do they have like a sign right outside?
No.
Okay.
In fact, people stay bundled up and inside unless they have business out. So it can be hard to tell, but your intuition tells you.
Yeah.
So we have the Speaker's House, Frozen Far Expeditions, Hook, Line, and Sinker, and the Northern Light.
Do we actually need to stop in here, or should we just ride through?
Well, like what are each of these buildings as well, right? So the Speaker's House looks like some like a mini mansion, like a seat of government type thing.
That's right.
And Frozen Far Expeditions, is that like a shop type thing, or hook, line, and sinker? They separate, and then is the Northern Light like a an inn?
Yeah, so Hook, Line, and Sinker is the tavern. Frozen Far Expeditions is an outfitter. The Northern Light is the inn.
Okay. It's a lot of rolling.
Imar. Just as you guys come into town, you see someone laying face down in the snow.
Can go poke him.
As you approach and see the snow blowing over him, it's a silver dragonborn. He seems to have collapsed in the snow with a bottle of wine in his hand. It's spilled out a bit and stained the snow purple.
Try to take the bottle of wine.
I help my my dragonborn kinsman. I try to rouse him. I mean, is he alive?
He is breathing, yes.
Okay. Yeah, then I try to rouse him and get his face out of the snow and help him up.
Oh, good. I thought this
Wait,
was.
wait. I want to take his bottle of wine first before you do
Yeah,
that.
you can do that.
Yeah, sure. You can have the wine.
It's only slushy, not frozen, because of the alcohol content. He sits up, clears his eyes a little bit. Oh, is it day?
It sure is.
Well, more or less.
Oh, he brushes the snow off of himself. Good. Yes. It's just as I planned.
What are you doing out here in the snow, sir?
I am Sir Torvis. He bows.
Do you enjoy sleeping in the snow? I know in some cultures that is a thing people do.
Oh. I was patrolling.
Did you find anything in the snow?
I was lying in wait. See, we've had some thieving going on of late, and no one's managed to see anything.
Okay,
Crime?
a big swig of the wine, and then I go, "Huh, interesting. Tell me more about that."
Oh, that looks wonderful. Could I
Yeah,
have
would
it?
you like some?
Yes.
There you go. I'll give it back to him. There you go.
Tell us more about the crime, Sir Tortoise.
Well, things have been stolen. The Northern Light was just stolen right off the inn.
So the entire inn was stolen?
No, no, they have a magic lantern, or had. Corey won't let me hear the end of it. I've not been able to find anyone responsible, not yet. But I have a knack for this stuff. Excuse me.
We could possibly help you. I'm a very much a law and order sort of fellow.
And Arod here is 100% trying to find the light, save the sun, all of it.
Yeah, I'm trying to save the sun.
Good, good. I was going to do that next. Have you ever squared off against a half ogre, son?
No, I can't say I
I
have.
have.
It doesn't sound that fun.
Well, he sits down, sort of pulls his knees up a little bit, takes another swig of the bottle. I wasn't very long ago at all. I was your age, or maybe a bit younger. I was an adventurer. I used to travel these lands.
And what happened?
He sets into a long story full of detail and actually painful levels of detail about how he kicked a half ogre into a river and watched it float away while it yelled profanities at him.
I hold up the
Is
leg.
he lying? I got a 12 on my insight.
Doesn't seem to be.
I hold up the leg and I say, I took this off a half ogre not 10 days ago.
Oh my. Must have been a small one.
He was a child.
Well, I've been one to shift about my size as well. You know, once I tricked a group of kobolds into believing I was a dragon.
I pat my shoulder. I stole this from some cultists.
Hey, tell us some more about this magic lantern.
Oh, well, it changes colors.
Why?
I don't know.
I mean, it's at the top of an inn called the Northern Light, advertising, right?
Well, that's what Corey uses it for, yeah. I don't know where she got it, though. I suppose I should ask. Though,
What's more important is where it is now, right? Not where she got it.
well, it could be related. Suppose the original owner came back for it, but then no, that wouldn't explain the goats or the
goats.
pearls.
What's up with the goats?
Someone stole a pair of goats from the tavern.
Oddly
You guys have a bit of a crime problem.
And the pearls stolen from Frozen Far, yes.
Do you think all of these crimes are committed by one person, one group of people?
No.
Are they
He leans
related?
in close, really close, and you can smell wine more than you'd like. I've seen the footprints, you see.
The footprints.
He puts a finger to his nose and nods.
Tell us more about these footprints.
Well, they're in the snow, and it's at least 2 of them, maybe 3.
How many toes?
Boots. Definitely boots.
Humans, ogre size.
Where are they going to, or where are they coming from?
Last night I was following the tracks. They were peeking in the windows.
The tracks were peeking into windows?
Well, the tracks don't peek, son.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. That's what you said.
Allie thinks they're dwarves.
Why?
Invisible dwarves?
Well, don't tell her I said so, but she doesn't like dwarves.
Who does?
She has a saying. She says,
I do.
quiet dwarf is an oxymoron.
I have a lot of.
I agree.
Good friends.
Those dwarves are morons. I agree.
I did. Some of them are slow and dim-witted, but I mean, if we like saying all Dragonborn or
Fine, upstanding, noble people.
nothing.
If you wanted to go up and talk to Corey and Allie, I couldn't hardly go with you. I could maybe stand outside of throwing distance.
Oh, are you not allowed inside?
Oh, they're still pretty upset with me.
Why are they upset with you?
Well, I suppose they don't like my methods.
What are your methods? Passing out in the snow?
I told you I was lying in wait. I felt that if I was half buried in snow, they might step on me.
Smart.
Mm.
I learned that trick in my adventuring days.
Well, when you saw the footsteps, did you hear them talking or
No.
feel anything, smell anything, anything?
Well, I don't remember.
Let's go talk to this Corey and Allie.
Which brand of dwarves do you think this was?
I don't think it was dwarves. Doesn't make a bit of sense.
Then what do you think it was?
Bet it's hooligans.
Hooligan.
Real quick. So I just want to make sure I got this right. So the Northern Light had something stolen. Frozen Far Expeditions had something stolen. And then where were the goats stolen from?
From the tavern.
The tavern. What's the name of the tavern?
Hook, line, and sinker.
Okay.
Have,
Is it
have,
stolen from the speaker's house?
Not that they've said.
have you had anything stolen?
Well,
Just his bottle of wine.
I frequently wake up with an empty bottle when I know it was full the night before.
Have you considered that maybe you drink it all?
Well, no. Maybe he's the thief.
You've been talking to Corey and Allie, haven't you?
No, I've never met Corey and Allie.
But we would
I'm
love
just
to.
saying, if I have a bottle of wine and the next morning it's empty, I assume I drank it.
I would never get drunk on duty. I've got a job
fair
to do.
point.
Of course not. Perish the thought, sir. About Corey and Allie.
Could you ask them for a bottle of mulberry, though, when you're up there? Don't tell them it's for me, or they'll say no.
Of course.
Great. Tell you what, I'll head over to the speaker and just see if anything's missing, and we'll meet back here after a bit.
How about we meet at the hook, line, and sinker?
Oh,
Explained he
can
can't
I
go in.
borrow a few coins?
I thought he said he couldn't go to the Northern Light.
Well, if I go to the sinker, I'll have to pay my tab.
I could really use a nice bowl of soup or something.
What about Frozen Far Expeditions?
Just have a bowl of soup?
Yeah, I could.
meet you there. Okay.
All right, we'll meet you at Frozen Far Expeditions.
Good, great. I'm just gonna finish this bottle so that it doesn't slosh around so much.
Of course. Smart.
He taps his temple, grins at you.
I think Imar is muted.
Oh.
I heard her speaking a few times through the other mic.
Sorry if I missed anything.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Weird.
Okay, where to?
Well, I just asked, Erod if he just had a bowl of soup, so I don't know why he needed another bowl of soup.
It's true, it's only been an hour.
Yeah, it's still.
The guy doesn't know that. As far as he knows, we've been on the road for days. I was hoping he would buy us some bowls of soup.
Okay, he just said he had a tab and he's an alcoholic. He's not gonna buy a soup. Just look at him incredulously. What?
Hey, we could have taken that soup on the road with us.
You can still go. So he's going to meet you at Frozen Far
This one
Expeditions
far.
after he goes
Absolutely.
to speak with the speaker.
Off to the place with the.
Corey and Allie.
All right, so to the Northern Light.
I believe so.
Yep.
Okay. You can see in front of the inn a large, well-maintained lamp hook where the lantern would have been. It's darker out here than it would otherwise be, but there's a warm, glowing light coming from inside.
Let's go on in. Boldly.
Weird, I don't see a button for that. Okay, inside are two sisters. The younger is lithe and charming. The older is stout and scowling.
I like the lithe, charming one.
Yes. We heard y'all had something stolen, and we have come. The heroes that we are, we're
not heroes. No.
Corey!
we're a group.
Corey! They're here about the lantern!
We're a group called the Heroes of the Storm, and we've
No,
come to
no, we're not. Shh, no, we're not.
to feed your stolen goods and bring back the sun as well.
We're down, Lenny.
It's about time, the gruff tower one says.
What can you tell us about this lantern? We heard something from our new friend outside, but can you tell us any more? When did it last? When was it last seen?
Been 3 days missing, he says.
Ooh, that's rough. You know what they always say. If you don't find something in the first 48 hours after it's missing, it gets a lot harder to find.
Well, it's about time the speaker asked for help.
Pretty sure I heard Sam Regal say that.
Well, he speaks up and says, "Now, Corey, be nice. These heroes are here to help us."
We're not
We'd love to help you.
heroes. We're just regular people who happen to work hard.
Of course, dear, of course. Would you like some food?
We would love some food.
Do you have some soup?
I do. Fresh mutton stew. And
Wow.
I could pour you an ale.
Can I take a to-go thing of soup?
You can take the bowl.
Do you have anything to cover the bowl?
I'm sorry, I don't.
Can you tell us anything more about the lantern?
Yes, so my sister Corey acquired the lantern from a traveler some years back. We had named the inn already, and it seemed fitting, even though it changed colors and wasn't quite very much like a star. We sort of adopted the thing, and it's been a mascot for us for some time.
Did he tell you anything about the lantern?
He did, yes. The command word to make it light and go dark. He said that he had it for some years and was done with it.
this traveling merchant's name?
I don't remember. It's been some time.
Do you have any suspects?
Suspects for who stole the lantern.
Yeah. Anybody causing you trouble here at the inn?
The gruff one speaks up. Didn't the speaker solve it yet?
I'm sure he's working on it.
I'm sure he's working on sleeping it off.
Wait, who's the speaker?
Big drunk.
The dragon guy we met?
That's the one. Worthless sod.
He told us he was going to the speaker's house to investigate it.
Investigate his own house.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like he pulled a fast one on us.
He told us he was hiding out in the snow, hoping that the invisible dwarves would step on
I've heard that
Not
one
sure.
before.
Did you see anybody on the night the
No, it
lantern was
did.
taken?
Oh,
Footprints in the snow. Allie pointed him to me.
What type of footprints?
Dwarfs, sir. Absolutely.
You know, you can't trust a dwarf.
And where were these footprints coming from or headed to?
Well, we followed them north up out of town. They went past Frozen Far and toward Kelvin's Cairn.
Oh, great. That's exactly where we're going to go.
Yeah,
We're trying to find the guy who got himself killed up there.
I'd like to pull the party to the side for a second for a sidebar.
This isn't about soup, is it?
No.
Oh my
no.
god.
Could the speaker be the thief? Didn't he say that he could change his size? And wouldn't a dragonborn that was shrunk down, wouldn't their footprints look a lot like a dwarf's?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't either. I'm sorry. I don't follow you here, A-Rod. I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I think you're reaching on this one.
I don't remember him saying he could change form or size.
He said he could change size. He said it was a trick he used, and he once tricked a group of people into thinking he was a full dragon.
Really?
Yes.
I feel like he was
He
just
did.
pulling a
He did tell that story. Yes.
I feel like it was just like he was just saying
Oh,
stuff.
I had tuned out. Yeah.
I said I took a leg off an ogre.
And he said it was a small ogre, and that's when he talked about the size changing. But if he could change size and become smaller, couldn't his footprints maybe look like a dwarf's?
Yeah, maybe.
Interesting.
I think he might be our secret thief.
Or maybe the footprints lead in the general direction of the thief.
That's a possibility as well.
Hmm.
I mean, it's admittedly way out there.
Mhm.
So I turn around and I look at her and say, I know a little bit about magic. What was the code word you were given to make it light up and shut off?
Allie looks to Corey, who nods, and Allie says, Lunanach.
Lunanach.
He nods.
Well, we
Can
were
I
headed in.
roll a check and see if I know what that could be?
Sure.
All right.
What language is that?
It's an arcane word. Somewhere between Elvish and Draconic.
Do I know what it means? Oh.
It's probably related to light. It seems like it might be a command word. Hard to tell. With the item in hand, you could identify it until for sure.
Okay.
Well, we were headed in that direction, north out of town. We have to go find a guy and hopefully rescue him if he's not dead yet. So we could
Now,
potentially. Well, I'm sure he's long dead now, but
Yeah, we're taking our sweet time to get to him.
Yeah, we
But-
killed some cultists.
yeah, we sure did. So we could probably follow these footprints if they're still there. We said it was 3 days ago. They might be blown away by this point.
Unfortunately, I imagine that's the case.
But do you? How far did you follow them?
Not far. I don't dare go out of town. It's dangerous.
How so?
Well, the cold alone will kill you. Plus, they say there's a killer about.
A killer?
What?
A thief, a killer, incompetent speakers everywhere, a cult.
Corey says, "Now, Allie, it's not going to happen here. We sacrificed a food, remember?"
Oh, yeah.
Allie says,
I
"You don't
forgot.
know that's why he's killing." No one does.
Is
I
this
think
the?
we should go. I think we should go check out the speaker's house.
Yeah, would y'all be so kind as packing us some to-go soups, and
Oh my gosh.
we'll return to you when we find your lantern.
Don't worry about soup. Just
They're already starting to dish the soup into a butter churn. Best they can do.
what you did to these poor ladies.
We have to-go soup. It'll be nice. Cold journey.
You
Hey,
have
Roger,
good
you want
days.
to
You're
put
fine.
in my bag of holding? Or the churn, butter churn?
You can put it in the bag of holding.
That way you don't have to carry it.
Could you take the dragon figurine out before you pour soup in there?
It's gonna be in the churn. It'll be.
What are you
Hey.
attacking, Rich?
Bob,
Yes.
just out of curiosity,
Uh-huh.
if would a 22 hit to knock all the soup out of their hands?
Oh, thank Christ!
Would.
Please.
Can I help him?
So
Can I give him advantage?
Rhett is sitting on the other side of the room, up in like a rafter, just doing his little retchy thing.
Okay.
And he's watching, and as soon as the soup is brought out and like the arms start to extend, like it goes from bent elbow to straight elbow,
Uh-huh.
Wretch kind of like almost like an Olympic swimmer kicks off the wall, flies across the room, opens his wings fully, and makes sure that every container topples and goes right outside the door cackling.
I assist him with that.
Okay.
And Nini follows
And I
right behind.
laugh, like absolutely cackle. That's
Okay.
Brilliant.
In the distance, you can hear yeet.
Oh, they're
Well-
cursing and cleaning up spilled soup.
I guess I'll whistle a tune and walk out.
Okay. So we're done at the Northern Light. Where to next?
Let's go
we
to the
should-
speaker's house.
Yeah, let's find out why this guy's been lying to us.
Or we can peek through his windows and
Oh,
see if we see a
could.
glowing light.
One of
or ghosts.
one of you gnomes could peek through.
Hmm
Could peek through his window. Maybe scare him into thinking that you're a dwarf.
I think this game is bringing out the worst in you guys.
Okay, so you're headed to the speaker's house?
Yeah.
I mean,
And I'm gonna look through one of the windows. Oh,
are,
I rolled a 1.
Are you? Oh yeah, you're no. Never mind. You have minor illusion though.
Okay.
Well, wait. Are you a forest gnome? I was talking to Anaya. She has minor illusion. I don't know if you have it.
She's a deep gnome.
Do you have it as a wizard though?
I do have minor illusion.
Minor illusion too.
I didn't even think about that.
We just make a whole bunch of illusory dwarves, like literal dwarves.
Nice. I like that idea. Let's do that. Please.
I do like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what are we doing?
We're gonna make a bunch of
No.
dwarves.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
and have them peeking through the windows, looking at the speaker. I don't know what the end goal is here, though. Like, what do we want to accomplish by having them think that there are dwarves?
I have no idea.
Scare him so
Well,
we can.
he's
we can
actually
talk.
walking
But that's if
down the
he's there.
road right now. He's got a couple of silver platters stacked in his arms and some silverware on top of that he's trying not to drop, and he's headed toward Frozen Far.
Oh man, your opportunity. Now is the time to knock shit out of people's hand.
Oh, but hang on. So Bob, when Nini looked through the window,
You're going to go to the house and look through the window?
Daryl, we lost your audio.
Oh, the investigation. The 6. I don't know if you can hear us. You can, yes.
Actually, instead, I know I already rolled that, but I just thought of it. Can I send my cat to follow him and use my ability to see through my cat's eyes and watch where he goes and see what he's doing?
What ability is that?
That's the
Is
familiar.
that cat familiar?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Wait, is it the cat? Do you still have the cat from the castle?
Yeah,
Just-
he's my
stole the
animal.
cat.
He's my familiar now.
You tturned it into a familiar cat?
It's a Tasha's ability for druids.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yes, you can follow. Daryl, you had a question about peeking through the windows?
yeah, sorry, it cut out there, and so I didn't hear what happened when I rolled the investigation check.
Okay, so if you go to the speaker's house and look through his windows, you can see the house is pretty barren.
Okay.
Very little actually still inside. There's a comfortable bed and a nice big hearth. The silverware cabinet is currently standing open.
I go see if he needs any help with the carrying that stuff. You said he was trying not to drop it, or
Yeah.
I go see if he needs any help.
Okay. He sees you and he kind of looks down for a second and thinks better of it, looks up and says, "Well met. Thought we'd meet at Frozen Far."
Well, sure, but I couldn't help but see that you're weighted down with a bunch of goods. Do you need a hand with anything?
No, I can manage. These were my mother's.
Oh, are you taking them to her house?
No, I thought I'd have a talk with Atlas. Maybe pay off my tab at the sinker.
And how much is your tab, friend?
I don't remember. I'm sure they'll give me a discount, though.
Hey, what is up with you being the speaker?
What? Oh, well, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't know if I could trust you yet.
That's smart.
He taps his temple, drops a plate or a spoon.
I bend down and pick it up and hand it back to him.
Hey, thank you. So you've been to the light?
We have been. There was a soup incident, which is a little unfortunate, but we heard the lantern was last seen headed north out of town, or at least the footprints seem to indicate.
That's what she said. The prince did go up behind Frozen Far and into the north. You could see same tracks in as out. Yeah, I fell asleep along the way up there, and then they were gone by morning.
So you followed them for a way?
For a way, yeah. Say, you didn't buy me any mulberry, did you? At the Northern Light?
Slipped our mind. Sorry.
Yeah, well, that's fine. The Sinker usually has some too.
You're the seeker, right?
No, the hook, line, and sinker.
Oh, sorry.
It's true. I'm the speaker of this town, at least. Until he finds somebody better.
I think you're doing a heck of a job.
Well, I'm not as young as I was, but thank you. I try. I do. I try.
It's all you can do, friend.
Just thirsty at the moment. Anyway, let's head on down to Frozen Far, and I'll get this turned in for some coin. And maybe I'll buy us all around.
Oh, maybe we could buy you around.
That'd be fine. That'd be nice of you.
All right. So he goes off to do that.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
I'd like to cast. I want to cast detect magic as a ritual to begin kind of like trying to monitor for any kind of sources of magic in this area. I don't know. Like I kind of want to like pull back and kind of posit that as a solution to what's going on here. And see if anybody wants to like go with me while I just kind of, because for detect magic, let me just double check and up here.
It'll take 10 minutes plus the casting time to do the ritual.
Yeah, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet. It can penetrate most barriers. It's blocked by a foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt. And none of the walls in these places would be like more than 3 feet, right? Like a wall's what, like?
That's right. They wouldn't be.
So what I was thinking is I could cast that and then just kind of go around to probably just various different places and see if I could detect some kind of magic. Because this lantern has a command word, right? So it's a definitively magic item. So.
Yep.
Does anybody want to go with me while I do that, or do I just? You guys want to send me off as a spec ops halfling?
I'm just standing there completely like blank faced because I'm seeing through my cat's eyes.
All right, I'll go with you.
Okay, yeah. What are you doing with the cat? Let's do that part next.
I'm following the speaker.
Okay. So he goes
Hey,
into
Puffy.
Frozen Far and has a bit of an argument with the proprietor. But he does sell him the items from his house. He's given some coin, and they discuss you guys. The speaker says that he's got some help in from out of town, and that you should be assisted any way possible and given a discount. The guy kind of rolls his eyes.
All right. Did he have good things or bad things to say about us?
Trovis, like I said, put on that he hired you and said good things about you.
Hey. If I'm still going to stay in the cat, and if he leaves Frozen Far, I'm going to pick up tailing him again.
Yeah, he's going to head down to the hook, line, and sinker.
All right. Well, through the eyes of midnight, I will continue following him when he does that.
Okay. All right, so we're investigating the town using detect magic. Unfortunately, it doesn't come up with anything. The place seems pretty bereft of any magical influence.
Okay.
So I go over to Puffley and whisper, what are the odds the seeker is stealing the items, selling them to buy more wine?
That's an interesting theory. I think he's just a man with a problem. I don't know that he's a criminal. I don't get that vibe from him.
And I look over at Imar and say, what do you think?
I mean, more wine sounds good to me. Let's do it. You know me. I'm about
No,
to.
no, no. It wasn't an invitation to
Oh,
steal and sell and go buy more wine.
my mistake.
Do you think the seeker stole it to
I
sell
think
for
he's
wine?
full of shit.
Mm.
Absolutely. I think all of that stuff is stolen. I say we confront him. Actually, I take that back. I say we have AOS confront.
I was thinking about their size. We're tiny.
We could have one of the little dwarves confront him.
What dwarfs?
Our 3 minor illusion dwarves.
I think the wine she drank from him has gotten to her
Right?
head.
It's powerful stuff.
We can make 3 different minor illusion dwarves.
Okay.
Okay, so the cat
I-
follows the speaker to hook, line, and sinker, where they try
I-
to throw him out as soon as he opens the door.
No, I also follow him there because
Okay.
I don't understand what's happening. So I follow him there because we said we would go, or I said I would go anyway. So
Okay, so he has to pay a tab of 19 gold before they'll
good
even
lord,
let him in the door.
Whoa.
that's a lot.
Yeah, there is.
That's enough to start a thieving habit over.
He has 2 coins left to his name. Bellies up to the bar.
I approach the bar with him and I say, "Listen, sir, what was his name? Torvis? Torvis?
Trovis.
Trovis.
I probably said
Uh,
Torvis earlier. It's Trovis.
Okay. Listen, Mr. Speaker, can we buy you a drink? Put your money away.
Well, that'd be nice. That'd be kind. Yes.
Sure. So I motion over the bartender and I ask him for 2 tall mugs of milk.
Oh, where are we? Where are we? 'Cause you were doing the whole detect magic thing. So where did we end up?
There's the half elf. I don't know where you end up. I suppose you wouldn't take too long to circle the whole town.
Yeah, Oslo's walking around town. A-Rod's standing in the middle of the street.
Yep, I'm still just standing there.
So, half elf walks up to you, hands you a half pint of ale with a round bottom.
I've heard the start of this joke before.
I say, no. I'd like some milk if it wouldn't be too much trouble.
Milk? Name's Glenn. Here we give everybody the free hook.
I see. I've cracked your code. The free hook. Excellent. And that's fine, and I appreciate the ale. But do you have any milk? I really feel like my friend here could benefit from some milk, if you know what I mean.
Trovis is milk.
Does the body good.
code word for something, is it?
Glenn takes his half pint and drinks it himself. Heads back, gets you 2 kid-sized glasses of milk.
That's perfect. I hand one to Torvis.
Well, thank you,
Nice.
adventure.
Yeah, I clink glasses. I just tell him one day at a time, my friend.
He doesn't quite know what to do, so he holds up his pinky while he sips the milk.
Perfect.
As a cat, I'm going to walk over and try to drink some milk out of the speaker's glass.
Oh, he sees you approach and spills a little bit on the bar.
I'm going to drink it up.
Hello, little one.
Meow.
How about that?
So about this lantern,
Yes.
it sounds like that's just the tip of the iceberg. Here, it sounds like there's a whole crime spree.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You wouldn't happen to be behind it, would you?
What? No.
While he's busy at the bar, could Oslo and I kind of go and back to his house and see if we can't
Sure.
break in while he's occupied at the bar?
Door's not even locked.
Wait, Aymara, are you suggesting breaking and entering? Because I am so totally in. Let's go.
Okay.
Nini goes too.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. Hopefully there's more wine.
No, I don't think you need any more of that tonight.
There are probably 16 or 17 empty bottles laying around the floor. Mostly
Could
off
it
into the
reach this
corner.
Cycle, God. Is there anything else of interest around drawers that we can look in?
Yeah, there are drawers. There's a few pieces of furniture. Mostly old and kind of shabby stuff. There's a few changes of clothes. In the closet, you find a shield and a sword. They seem to be in good condition.
Just to clarify as well, when I was sweeping the town with detect magic, would I have been able to see here as well?
Yes.
Okay. Can I go ahead and just kind of check, like the room, the drawers, things like that, with investigation to see if maybe I can find any kind of like hidden compartments or stuff like that?
You can, yes.
22.
Okay, you go through the entire house. Again, it's pretty empty, so it doesn't take long. You don't find any hidden compartments. You don't find any treasure, and there's no sign of the stolen items. Certainly not a pair of goods.
Well, this was uneventful, Aymar. I was expecting to find something.
Okay, I'm gonna go look in the refrigerator. Is there anything in the refrigerator?
There's not. There's no food.
What about in the cabinet that you said was open?
So the dust there is disturbed. He appears to have taken the last few items out of it today.
Moving to? Where is he going?
Were they large items?
This guy's literally sold everything that he owns.
To do what?
The last 2 items. This was his dishes.
He's a sad, desperate
Oh
man.
my gosh.
I'm trying to put him on a better path over here.
It's
Drinking
suspicious.
milk.
This is depressing.
I'm just while they're rifling through the man's belongings, I'm just oblivious to this in the bar, drinking milk and telling these guys positive mantras he can use to improve his life.
He listens. He
Find a way to
responds
communicate
to
with each other.
most input by trying to tell a story of his younger days.
I listen with great interest and empathy.
Hmm.
So you do notice while searching around the house that the weather door, the screen door, if you will, from the back porch is laying face down, sort of teetering over the steps. And it doesn't have as much snow off on top of it as everything else, so it seems to have recently fallen down.
Could he have been robbed while he was gone?
He's being robbed right now.
We haven't found anything yet, so
We're not stealing anything. We're
Want to go
investigating.
look at said door?
Yes, I want to go
Yeah.
look at the door.
Okay, yeah. So it's come off the hinges. It's probably been a couple of days, but it's like I said, teetering over the snow, sort of making almost a little ramp at a weird angle off the back step.
Let me pick it up.
As soon as you lift it up, you see a pair of footprints underneath it.
Uh-oh. Hey, guys, come look at this.
They've been protected from the weather by the door.
Are they leading into or out of the house?
Both. They came from the west to the house and went east away from the house.
Will we know what created them?
Something with
Give me
feet.
another investigation check, please.
On it. Aha, good thing I'm a halfling.
It is a good thing you're a halfling.
Halflings cannot roll ones. Okay, so these are thick, heavy footprints, approximately size 7 triple wide. Boots.
Okay. So
Super wide. Sounds like a dwarf size. What size is Puffly though? Meanie, do you remember?
Much bigger than that.
Mm-mm.
Can we maybe take a sketch of this or something? Does anybody know how to draw? Do I know how to draw?
Yeah, you probably do. I don't know if you have anything to draw on.
Right. We should all have parchment in our starting supplies.
You might have some paper in your inventory, Aymar.
I have a book. I'm gonna take out that book. I don't see any
You
paper.
should have an adventuring pack, which should come, or an explorer's pack, which
Anyway.
should come with
Mm-hmm.
some parchment.
Let's assume that you can sketch those.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna sketch it down real quick, trying to get it as close to scale as possible,
Okay.
and then look around on the rest of the porch.
Okay. There's nothing else here but footprints.
You said the footprints are going east-west, right?
They came from the west. They went to this back door, and then they went east. Looks like they would have passed behind the other houses.
Okay, I want to go through the house one more time and see if there is a hidden door in the floors or something we can find.
No, it was thoroughly searched, and you check again. You don't feel like you've missed anything.
You said east behind the other house, like northeast?
Yeah, basically along the back ends of those houses towards Frozen Far.
Okay, can I go in that direction and see if there's any kind of like any other signs of footprints?
Sure.
Would that be more of like a survival or a continued investigation?
You can use whichever you prefer.
Investigation with my +6 sounds dandy. That's good.
Okay. You are able to pick up a trail. The snow has done its best to fill the prints in, but there were apparently several individuals that met up out here,
I'm on Nini, come.
and they headed northwest out of town.
Meanwhile, I'm asking the guy. If he'd like to help fix his reputation, his position around town by helping us to find the criminals and put an end to the crime spree.
And go ahead.
I would, yes. That's just what the doctor ordered.
Okay. Well, as soon as my companions return, then we can maybe make a plan.
Can we see if we can track these a little bit better?
Yeah, absolutely.
You are a very good tracker, babe. Survival is generally used for tracking.
That's why I'm asking.
Give it a go.
What? What?
If you just roll that dice right there,
Oh, okay. That was a worse one than the first one I did.
Okay.
That'd be a 16.
So the trail is very faint for about 300 yards out of town. But then they get to where there was apparently some dog sleds. And
Okay.
it appears as though an ogre was walking in front of these dog sleds. And those tracks are still pretty easy to follow because they're so large.
Okay.
How far away is this from the town?
Okay, that's
You said about
really-
300 feet, right?
Sorry, what?
It's just out of sight. It's over the hill, about 300, 400 yards out of town.
So we should probably. What do you guys want to do? I mean, you guys want to keep checking this out and see what's going on, or?
It's kind of far. Do we want to go get the crew?
Sorry, all talking at the same time. What?
It's kind of far. Do we want to go get everyone else?
Do you want to go get everybody else, and we'll just kind of keep following this slowly but surely? We really have to find a way to communicate with each other across longer distances.
What would we like to do?
Well, I guess we're gonna go back.
Go back. Okay. So the party gathers at the hook, line, and sinker.
I show up a little bit late because I'm a cat in there, and I don't realize that's where everyone's going until everybody gets there.
Okay. So once everyone is there, what do we say to one another?
Will we tell them about the prince?
About the prints you found going in and out of the guy's house?
Well,
And
we
the
want
ogre prince leading off.
Yeah, in the general area.
And I say, I've been talking to our friend here, and he's willing to accompany us to maybe help us find these criminals.
Oh, that's great.
think it might really help his help with his self-esteem and his standing in town.
Yep. He nods his head eagerly.
Oh, we can show you where they were. It was just about, I don't know, quarter mile up here.
Oh, it's very close. We should go.
All right. Does anybody want to do anything before we head out of town?
Not me.
We're not missing any supplies or anything. Everybody had good clothes.
Yep.
Mhm.
I checked with Torvis to see if he's equipped to walk out of town.
He's good. He needs to go by the house, and get his sword and shield. But otherwise, he'll be ready to roll.
All right. Let's do it.
Okay. Well, then we are going to stop here for this evening. Carried us over just a little bit because of the leveling and the pause there, but thanks everybody for hanging on. And for everybody who might watch this someday online, we'll see you.